everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter, if you're an Easter kind of person. Library 21 London, thank you very much for the 24-month resub. So much WoW fun. 2 years. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Is cottage cheese taking over the world? Apparently, in my youth, my sibling had a strong distaste for cottage cheese, and I know this because I was writing down recipes onto index cards off of cookbooks from the library because I thought I was really sticking it to the man. And on one recipe that featured cottage cheese, I wrote as a note in the index, cottage cheese, don't tell sibling. And the idea was that if she didn't know that it was there, then she would still enjoy the dish. It's divisive. This is your bank call. Yeah, I thought I would organize a little bit. I'm putting all the Primalist leather in one bag and the cloth in another bag. This can be the plate bag. I have I'm sure many people have more Primalist gear than this, but I have more Primalist gear than I wanted to carry around on my bags. So I figured I would make a Primalist gear shop for myself. Another thing that I like to pretend to do as a child. Ringus Bingus, thank you for the 15-month resub. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. I could not complain about a thing. I have a cat. I have some coffee. Looks like you feel a bit better. Yeah, I think I turned a corner. I'm still like a negligible amount of woozy, but I think I'm more or less on the mend. I slept pretty good, although, again, weird dreams. I think the NyQuil does that. Those are necklaces, so those are not technically plates, so we're going to stick on the miscellaneous stuff. So the necklaces, the ring, I know I have some Primalist. Oh, those are Primalist mail. I won't have as much of those. I have an extra feasting larva. I wonder if I can sell that. Later, me problem. Primalist ring over there. One glorious Primalist weapon. Stash that for very special alt. I don't know who yet, but they'll know that they've been chosen. I have, so far, it appears, and the Primalist mail, the reason I only have 2 pieces is that I was using them to learn them for transmog and then upgrading them to learn them for transmog, so that's why that's kind of down. I don't think I got that shaman to 70, so that wouldn't be why. But then I can see that I have had oh no, hang on a second. The other reason is because I've been mixing it in with the plate. I was thinking, look at all this extra Primalist plate I have. And the reason is that not all of it is Primalist plate. You goofy gazelle. All right, so Primalist mail goes up there. Never mind. I've had approximately even amounts of all of it drop. I was about to be like, look at how much more one drops than the other, and then it turns out that's all nonsense. Splitting my alts waiting to get leveled to 70. Rest is best. Banking in WoW is the true metagame. Sometimes you just want to put things in boxes and then go, yes, this is where you belong. What did I send myself? I must have sent myself Mog or something like that. I haven't forgiven cottage cheese yet. Not for the domination thing, but just because it looks gross. I'm sure it tastes nice. And I like other types of, I was going to say primitive. That's a bit rude. Other types of simple cheeses. Goat's cheese, very good. Paneer, very, very good. You'd assume that cottage cheese would be along a similar flavor profile, and it very well may be. I wouldn't know. Haven't tried it. Looks weird. / Gladius test 5. So I just want to turn that off. I want to see what I sent myself in my mail. I want to get my things organized a little bit. I want to kind of do some bank cleanup to start my stream, because that's the sort of riveting edge of your seat content that you come here for. Been stockpiling titanium and Wrath Classic. 2k, took too many else. That's a lot of titanium on the side of your sibling when it comes to cottage cheese. Do I dislike it because of the flavor or the texture? I don't know if I've ever been persuaded to try it, honestly. I had a friend that would bring in a little tub of cottage cheese, and then she would bring in some chopped up pineapple. She would mix them together, and she said it was the best thing ever, and it looked horrific. And I just never tried it. I was less adventurous as a child and teenager. Not saying that I'm wildly adventurous now, but I would probably try it if it was in front of me. But do I want to try it badly enough to purchase it with my own money? Ooh, hard, tough to say. So I sent myself, oh, that's right. I was sending her rep tokens because I just wanted them to get out of my bags. I just wanted these, like the hunting trophies and the insignias to just go away from my mains bags. Are you leaving me already? Is it because I didn't pet you enough? Here, let's have a little kitty time. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hello. Yeah, okay. Baking streams anymore. No, we don't do those anymore. Some people eat with their eyes. Suggest trying it. Very little money, very high upside. With freshly baked bread. Blended cottage cheese like a cheesy mousse. I like cheese. I like mousse. I'm on the fence about combining the concepts. Eating with your eyes, a very Yog Saron thing to do. I can't even claim to be a wildly visual eater. Most of the food that I make for myself, some of it looks nice. A lot of it just looks like food. I spend more time eating it than I spend looking at it. Hi. How you doing? Which are your favorite pets? Yeah. Aww. She's got the motor going. Cream cheesy flavor. Bias love cottage cheese. My little dude is obsessed with sitting on my hand while I play. Oh, you're flicking the... Well, it's fine. You can't hurt that, and I don't think that can hurt you. Floyd here now. Bearchy, how you doing today? Yeah, I am definitely her person. She is very much laid claim to the dominion of Hazel. Do I care enough about my organizing kick to want to organize my bank alts bags as well, or am I just gonna kind of leave them to their fate and try to do like just my main and then maybe my druid? I think I'm gonna let Inksy just live for a bit. Sometimes if you leave your bag organizing dilemmas for long enough, you can just bulk delete everything because none of it matters anymore. Sometimes things lose value if you ignore them forever. Personal masterpiece. That sounds like a delightful dinner. I relate to the feeling. Most of the time, I don't have a ton of energy around food prep, but every now and then I become possessed. All right, so this is my main. She's wearing her fire plume regalia just to feel fancy. She's got her new fishy that we got out of the vaults yesterday. I want to fix her bags. I was getting rid of all manner of things. I was getting rid of trade goods yesterday after stream ended. I was just kind of selling them. See you later. So yeah, I sold like just some herbs and fish and stuff in my bags because I'm not exactly, oh, for heaven's sake, I'm not really crafting anything, so I feel pretty safe to just chuck everything up in bulk on the auction house. So we'll empty the mail. Oh. And then just kind of take a look through and see what it is that we're keeping here. Because some things I can probably go into the bank, and some things I can just vendor and get rid of. And then some things are going to take some thinking. It's the stones that really get me. I just need to get to a point where I'm committing to not having any more rings. What I should probably do is I should probably try to buy one more and just set up the Mythic Plus ring. Just set up the DPS / healing ring that I know I might need for my for Mythic Plus next season. And that way I can, after I've got that all fully upgraded, I can just vendor every stone and not have to worry about it because I won't need any more of the stuff. I don't think I really need anything else from the Scarab Vaults except for the Speck of Bronze Dust, which I'm assuming will become available for everybody in the same week. I don't know that, but it feels true. So maybe I don't even need to get that many more of them. Let me get some Primalist gear out of my bags. We'll send more of it to that bank vault. We cleared a bunch of it out, but then we had a bunch more drops. So Primalist, 2 more weapons, so that's nice. And then a bunch of other stuff. I almost finished the Transmog set. I need one more Storm Sigil, so I'll probably do some rares. I also want to take a look and see, Storm's Fury is up, so I want to do that too in the next hour before it goes away. This stuffed bear is hilarious, but for nothing. It's like, it's not a toy, and it feels like it should be a toy. It vendors for 10 gold. It puts up the stuffed bear, and then that's, like, I feel like it has comedic potential, but not so much that I want to carry it around in my bags. That one really confuses me a bit. Key framing. I think I'm done with keys. I think well, I'll stick it in the bank just in case I, for whatever reason, need them for some other grind that I didn't know about. We'll put the key framing, the key fragments away. I'm keeping my deployable heat sources. I don't need to carry around the egg of unknown contents, but like my bank is so messy too. Ugh, the bank is so messy too. I've got these progress reports. I could probably vendor those, right? There's no reason for me to keep those. Those were dropping in like the pre-patch. And they might have something to do with lore, and I am not really invested in that field, so I think I can safely get rid of those. Oh, cleaning up my bank sounds like a bit much. You've got Casgarite wire. I could probably just delete that. But then what if I couldn't? You know, what if it comes out that like, oh man, now there's something good in the Tuskar Paragon caches. Quick, farm Tuskar rep. So I'm gonna stash. What am I gonna put away in my bank? I can drop. Primal Spirits can just. I don't even know where I picked those up. Artisan's Metal and Primal Chaos can pretty safely just go in the reagent bank. My regular bank, I'm gonna stash. I'm carrying my trinkets around with me just in case of events. These pants, I'm gonna upgrade these today, so I'm gonna carry those around with me for a little bit. The Phoenix stuff, I'm also gonna carry around. I think I'm gonna put the pet charms away. Key fragments, the recipe scrap, because I'm probably not going to mess with that, but just in case I happen to. What are these things? I don't want a decayed raw seedling. I'm deleting it. Be gone. Go away. Same thing with the fruitcake. I could vendor it, but I won't. The fish cake I actually eat. The ley wine is my water. There's so many files, but I guess I use them. I've been carrying around these steaming files of finesse because I accidentally made them when I was trying to make perception files. And I'm like, oh, I'll use them while I'm herbing. I don't even go herbing anymore. But they're soulbound. And I suppose I have the spot. I have a consumable bag, so I suppose that's fine. I've been stashing conches. I have some artifacts to turn in. The soul inhaler and the soul cages I'm continuing to carry around because I believe that I will one day need... What do I need the toolkit for? That's like a Scaravolts thing. If I'm not going back in this week, I can vendor that. Useful in repairing ancient devices like a waygate. I don't... It seems important, but I don't want it in my bags. Rep token thingies? Most things that give rep, once you've finished getting the rep to maximum, will start giving BOA tokens instead of direct rep. So stuff like that, world quests and whatnot. Cleaning Drakthir bags is like the easiest job ever. All right, what's the punchline? Why is it the easiest job ever? If anything, I think I just made this worse. I've got some vaults. I haven't consigned myself. I need to make a little pile of vaults and stuff. So here, we're gonna put the toolkit and then some keys and then the bear statue. These artifacts I can definitely turn in. The Phoenix stuff I'm gonna stick over here. Untapped Forbidden Knowledge. I use one more of those and then I can get rid of the rest of them. The box of rocks I'm vendoring. If you get the room with the gate, you can unlock a secret room. But what is it going to have in it? If it's just like another gleaming iron stone, then I'd rather have the bag slot. If it's going to have a beautiful baby squirrel that I need to take home and feed with a tiny milk bottle, then that's something I'm interested in. Go to the waygate where you turned in the magmotes. Bold of you to think I remember where that is. I don't know what a magmote is. Is that a snail thing? You get a manuscript. You don't have 20 years of old stuff in there. Oh, I see. I thought that you were just going to say that I can just, deep breath my bags and just burn all of it, which does sound tempting right now. All right, I'm getting rid of these books. I'm vendoring this. Well, okay, fine. I'll post the two blazing pigments. Wow, 22 gold I get to keep. I need to figure out the ring because that's going to be huge. Let's go do Storm's Fury. Just get that out of the way. Once I have my third amulet locked and loaded and ready to go, and I can't possibly need any more amulets on my main, then I can just vendor the stones. Not even crush them into dust. Just straight vendor any future further stones that I get. Gary Gibbles, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. Yeah, Happy Easter. Assume the stuffed bears are part of a vault puzzle I hadn't found yet. It might be the case. It might be true. I did keep it, mostly just because it's kind of fun. I tried using it. I remember when I first got to the room that has the arcane beam that chases you, I was like, okay, I'm going to put the bear in the path of the beam. And then it turns out the bear does not offer any protection against arcane magic. What good are you? I have 9 leftover elemental slime. There's my egg. Why that goes in my consumable pouch, I'll never know. I'm carrying around a bunch of trinkets. That's my healing amulet. That's my, like, raid healing amulet. Incarnate icon, my bubble key. Yeah, the vaults are the real culprit right now. There's lots of things that are cluttering my bags, but the vaults are the worst of it. Hi, welcome back. Let's see if we can get into a group for Storm's Fury. Okay. I'm coming along on getting it done. I'm at 61 Essences of the Storm presently. You need 105 for the pet and then a further 70 for the toy, which I think I'm gonna do. Just because if I don't do it now, then I'll never ever do it. And then I was doing some patch date math. How long did it take you to realize it was not an amulet? Pretty much that one I think I knew pretty much right away, just because in the lead up to 1007 I was working on that video with Ian, and in the research I was doing I came across the word quite a few times and I wrote it down quite a few times, so it fixed itself in my memory via my notes. Also, amulet is kind of fun to say. Has the new Dracthyr class been confirmed? It's kind of in this gray area between a theory and rumor and being confirmed, in that there's some pretty conclusive looking data mining, but it's not been announced, which means that it could potentially not happen. I always say that nothing happens until it's on, on live servers. To some extent, if it's on PTR and they've put up a big blog post announcing it, then that's a pretty good sign, but that's not a guarantee that it'll hit live servers. Sometimes things happen. Do I have Breezebiter? The only mountain dragonflight I'm missing. I don't have it. Assuming that you're grinding it, you're braver than me. I haven't started that yet. I think that's going to be one of the things that I kind of poke away at the very end of the expansion after I've done everything else, because I'm afraid. Seems likely. Question is more when. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's true. I have a lot of curiosity about it, but I feel like I won't guess anything correctly, so I may as well just wait to find out whenever they get around to announcing something. I'm vendoring this box of rocks. A perfectly good box being wasted on rocks. There we go. Get rid of that. Side action bars overlapping my quests. So I can see the quests, have my icons over top. You know how I can fix this? In edit mode, you're able to actually move your objective tracker, so if you want to scoot that to be somewhere else, or you can move the action bar. I have the same thing, I just kind of live with it, but I could, in theory, move this all the way, wow, one over there, and maybe stick it like right there, and then it would not overlap my bar. Do I hate that? I don't hate it. Other people might hate it. Other people might not like that, but it won't overlap. Hello, Hazel. How are you this morning? Hello, Diamond Wolf. I'm doing pretty well this morning. How are you? I'm feeling chipper. I'm up. Faster to get Primalist gear from rares or from the Perception Scroll? Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't know what a Perception Scroll is. It's pretty fast to get it from rares, though. If I were to try and get you to do something to your UI, that is the way that I would do it. What, phrase it as a question where I can be helpful? Yeah. The thing that I guess I just don't get is why it's so important. Why, why does it matter how I have my UI, you know? Like, it doesn't, it becomes this big thing of, oh, this is better and this, you're being stubborn about this, but it's like, what's it to you? You know, like, it's It's a personal WoW interface. I understand that you can see it, but you don't have to play with it. I don't know, man. That's always struck me as just like a little bit, just, I don't know. I just don't compute. So much in the game, getting overwhelming. Don't know what's going on again. Mm-hmm. Do you want an actual answer to that? I don't think I do, because I don't think that I'll like it, and I think that we get along better when I don't know everything. Coffee. Good morning, good morning. Happy Easter, happy Easter. What kind of Easter traditions do you guys do at home? What do you guys do? You guys, I don't know what I'm doing this year. I was going to visit family, but then I got this cold, and the gathering's not till tomorrow, but I still feel that it's frowned upon. I don't think I'm contagious, but I'm not a doctor, and I would prefer to not start taking out my grandparents. So I might be doing it at home, which means, I don't know, eat some dinner, a little chocolate. Would you watch TV if there was a bug on the screen? A giant bug all the time. Is it cute? I feel like that's not quite a fair analogy. I see what you're saying, but I don't think that's quite right. A general opinion on Dragonflight compared to other WoW expansions. I like it. I think it's fun. OFCY is so foreign to me. It's also not as though I have a UI that has, like, you know, raving, flashing disco balls descending from the ceiling and, like, you know, deep fried. I'm lost. I'm just defending a captured Wicked over here. I don't know. It just seems like it's mostly default. It's not as though I'm using a bunch of modifications that are making it like super light flashy or anything. I don't think it should be that bad for photosensitivity relative to a standard WoW experience. Do it solo now. A few staple meals that are becoming my own traditions. Polish babka is one, hot cross buns are another. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I don't know. It feels to me that it's not a... I think that saying that my UI is like having a bunch of bugs crawling over the screen, moving all over the place is not fair. I think it's more like you're watching a TV show and you see a family eating dinner and they keep all of their dishes in weird places. You know, maybe their forks and their knives and their spoons. They're using a fork for noodles that you would use a spoon for, and they keep it on, you know, by their right hand instead of their left hand. It's the same stuff, it's just in a different spot, and you're not even eating the meal. Got invited to dine with friends, wanted to just rest, nurse my injuries this weekend. That's fair. Like Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. Oh man, what grievances would I air? I feel like I like to keep my, well, do I like to keep my grievances? That might be a lie. I like to stew in my grievances until they become a much bigger deal than they should have been initially. How I chortle with rapture's glee when they bemoan my UI choice. Oh, man. I don't know. New Instance Eye reminds me of child actors looking directly in the screen in movies. I never thought of it that way before. Alright, I got my Primalist cash. We are up to 70 Essences of the Storm, which means I could buy the toy if I wanted to, but I'm gonna keep saving for the pet. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this ring thing, so we need to head to the Forbidden Reach. I'm gonna once again take a flight path, despite the fact that there is a waygate that I could do. And I'm gonna try and dig up the page that... Because when I last checked the Evoker Primordial Stones page, there was like 6 of them listed, and I just wanted to know which ones... Which 3 am I saving for my key thing? I guess it depends on how much damage I think I can get away with doing versus healing. Secretly beginning a UI troll. Grievance too. Spicy. Alright. Here we go. What was I doing? All right. Preservation Evoker, Onyx Amulet, Primordial Stones. So I'm going to check a couple of sources. Questionably Epic has some. Where the nerfs appropriate. Unlimited Hots, Blossom Classic, Mythic Plus Standard, the Onyx Amulet, full article. Mythic Plus offensive option, that probably has been updated. Using the ring offensively. So there's a couple of different DPS procs like this tune for DPS players. There's no reduction in strength for healers. Okay, so hang on. My DPS ring, which I'm wearing currently, I'm using Freezing Ice, Prophetic Twilight, Desirous Blood. So that's one of the DPS rings. I could just wear my Devastation ring in Mythic Plus, call it a healing ring. That's tempting. Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this stuff. Have you bought Bucky yet? No, but I think that's next on my list. I don't remember how much he is, but we just got the Bruffalon yesterday. So I think it should be fine. Would you want them to nerf the rings next patch, or would you rather they not touch them, people just wear them all expansion? I don't think it makes any difference to me. I have another finger slot, so if there's like a really cool other ring that I want to wear, I would still have a second finger to put it on. But if they nerf it, then I'm sure there'll be new rings that I can get. I have not once noticed the proc on my ring. I think it's very much a non-entity in my mind. I wouldn't go so far as to call the whole exercise a waste of time. But I would say that it is occupying minimal brain space when I think about my gear. And I don't spend an awful lot of time thinking about my gear. I think about my gear for 25 minutes at the beginning of the season where I'm like, all right, I'm going to look for these pieces. I'm going to put these enchants on them. I'm going to hope for the best. And then if it's not going well and I'm not parsing as well as I want to, then I'll go back and check and see what other people are doing and then adjust. But after that early stage and I feel like I've performed as well as I'm going to, I just give up. I just stop looking. Hi. Happy Easter, Hazel and chat. Happy Easter. So out of the loop with how the ring works. Yeah. And that might be fine. I can try and give a summary if you want, but if your heart desires to just kind of not be in the loop, then I totally understand. Sometimes in life I'll be like, I don't get this thing, and all I'm really trying to say is that I don't get it, not that I want to get it. And then I understand. All right. So I got some overflow from that. I've gotten lots of rep, but doesn't really matter. I want to look on these vendors. One of you guys has Bucky. Is it you? Yeah, 25,000 for this guy. So I guess that's the next thing we're saving up for. At a certain point, I'm going to be buying the sack of oddities for 2k a piece to try to get Shaggy, but I want to get all the sure thing, the guaranteed ones first. Catalogous Gyrocopter, oh dear. Warden Entrix. Warden Entrix and I no longer talk. I'm not going to go do that. Let's go do the Gyrocopter thing. I also am going to just straight up vendor any and all primordial gems that I get because I've decided I have enough amulets. And I don't need any more of them, so be gone. Get out of here. Scoot. Haven't had much bandwidth for keeping up with changes to WoW recently. Highest number of rings you've worn at once IRL? It has to be more than one, right? I'm sure that in some, like, I don't know, playing dress up as a kid with costume jewelry at a party, I'm sure I've worn a bunch of them, but like, on purpose as an adult, I feel like the answer might be just one at a given time. I don't like wearing rings, which is weird because I have some. I notice them on my hand. I have a hard time tuning out the feeling of a ring, even when it fits well. I have a hard time just kind of getting used to it and just living my life with it, so it's just comfier not to have one on at all. Okay, so if I'm out here and I'm not worrying about stones, I want the Ancient Salamander, so I want to do rares as they're up, so I suppose I'll go do that one. I want the Salamander for rares. I want to do the rares for the overflow to get Bucky. What else is it that I want to do out here? I have a couple of, I have like a thing somewhere that I can use to mark a treasure on my map, and then I have like a thing I can turn into somebody. Traded to an envoy of the Dragonscale Expedition of the Forbidden Reach. Yeah, I can turn that in for something. Volcanek was over this way, like inside, yeah. Jolinair 1986, thank you for the 16-month resub. Warden Entrix has never existed to me. I killed him 3, maybe 4 different times, and then, and I was doing it because there was, oh, for heaven's sake, I've made choices. I was doing it because of, I wonder if I can leash him. Yeah, there we go. There's a pet that drops off of him. He drops Joaquin the Phoenix, which I thought was very cute, and I wanted one. And then I killed him 3 to 4 times, got really annoyed with how annoying it is to run all the way in there, especially if you're not somebody that tends to farm in War Crash groups, and said, I'm buying it. Dropped 45k, bought the pet yesterday, and I think I've been taller ever since. I think I actually gained a centimeter or 2 just in spinal height because of the correctness of that choice. Sounds like character growth. I think it's not, I still have that part of my personality that likes farming things for myself, because to some extent that is the game for me. I like collecting pets, but it's not really necessarily for the sake of the pet. It's for the, it's I know this sounds cheesy, but it is kind of about the journey. Like, the pet means a lot more to me if I farm for it. However, there's so many pets to farm for, and I do have some attachment to the idea of having like a lot of them, that if there's any particular grind that I can bypass by paying for it that is also, for whatever reason, just unpalatable to me, then I will sometimes allow myself to do that. And then usually the relief from not having to go into the cave or whatever it was weighs out the whatever satisfaction I would have gotten from getting it the old-fashioned way. But that's always a personal judgment call. Got 1,300 pets, bought them all. Does the vault only give stones and pets? Anything else worth hunting in there? Mostly stones and pets. There's a couple of toys that you can get. There's eventually there's sort of a mount via the mammoth grind. There's like a mammoth that you can get by combining a bunch of things. We're all kind of waiting for the speck of bronze dust for the mossy mammoth. Aside from that, I can't come up with anything. Yeah, somehow an egg with a mammoth. Would I like to be taller? I'm content with my height. I don't think I would feel, if I became moderately taller, I think I would be neither here nor there about it. If I became drastically taller, that would become an inconvenience. I think I would, however, be a bit dismayed if I lost any height, just because I feel like I made it this far. I don't want to go backwards. Although, technically you do get shorter as you get very old, as your spine starts to break down. The bronze dust, I think, is supposed to be in the vaults. There's been theories about when it might become available because nobody's really had it yet. I see Flabby. I'm going to ask if he's doing rares. I want to be 9 foot tall and I want 4 arms. I'm gonna have to get quite tall before my pants stop fitting. My clothes just aren't that tailored to me. I am going to get out of combat. I will. They can't follow me forever. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. I'm coming. I'm trying to think if there's anything that if I could just like character editor modify about my physical form, if there's anything that I would change about it now. You know, that's like within the realms of like standard human existence, not like giving myself immortality or anything like that. I don't think so. If you'd asked me when I was like 16, I would have had a much different answer. But I feel like I'm good. I feel like I should be able to work with this, you know? Like, if I'm having difficulty completing the tasks at hand, it's not because they gave me faulty scissors at preschool. It's because I'm using them wrong. Yes? That one sounded dire. Yeah, what is it? One sec. She's just sitting by her water bowl that I cleaned last night before I went to bed. Oh, man. If you would speak cat or other animal, if you could. I mean, if I could edit that in, then sure. But I'd like to think that most people in the standard realm of human experience can't. I mean, if we're just getting superpowers, there's all kinds of them that I'm gonna pick up. But although, if you have a lot of superpowers, people might expect you to use them for like the benefit of humanity or society, and they would be sorely disappointed. Glad they added storm sigils to Forbidden Reach. I didn't get it until I was trying to finish my transmog set, and then I needed them. I actually needed like one more. I should have it now. I think they must be dropping for me. Just killing rares, I would assume. Are you one of those women who spends a ton of time on her eyebrows? I mean, I don't know why we're making this specific to women. There's men that spend time on their eyebrows too. A ton of time, no. No, not really. But I am, I like my eyebrows, just the way they are naturally, which I think is lucky. They're a bit sparse from having lived through the 2000s and having been waxed and plucked during that era. But I don't need them to be laminated or I don't need them to have like a gradient fade heading towards my nose. So I can pretty much just take any brow pencil and just kind of like mark it in a little bit, smudge it with a finger and call it good, because I'm just kind of, you have cheese on your head. I don't know, reinforcing where the brow was originally. I'm not trying to do anything very specific. And it's a good thing too, because doing good brows is like both expensive and difficult and quite precise, and I have no talent for it whatsoever. I don't shave them off and draw them back on, no. I had a dance teacher that would do that when I was a kid, and everybody thought she looked a bit silly because she would completely shave off her eyebrows and she would draw them back on, but she would draw them on very thin with a pencil that was a bit of an odd color. And if she liked them, then by all means, power to her. I think she was quite happy with how she was living her life. So I think I was just being a bit of a judgmental child. But that experience stuck with me, and I don't do anything too crazy to my eyebrows anymore. Love your YouTube videos. Oh, thanks, Brohan. Grandmother did that. I think that I shouldn't judge the beauty standards, trends, and practices of other generations, because I didn't live I didn't live through the same trends as they did, and therefore wouldn't necessarily understand the appeal. I think there's some things that I could say look good or bad, but I don't. It's because of the media and whatever that I've lived through in the intermediate time. When I was a teenager in the early 2000s, I thought that high-rise jeans were the ugliest thing I'd ever seen in my life, and that they made you look matronly and unlovable, and that I would never wear any in my life because low-rise jeans were like the thing. And then later on, when high-rise pants came back around and I tried them, I changed my mind and I decided that I wanted to I wanted my pants to cover my butt. And I enjoyed that very much. So, things change. No one touched my precious eyebrows. Yeah, I think eyebrow tattooing is quite interesting. How many pairs of mom jeans do you own? If we're defining mom jeans to be just high-waisted jeans, I have I have 3 pairs of jeans, and they're all a bit different. And I wear none of them on a regular basis because they're all made of denim. which is not as comfortable as sweatpants. So it's all a bit academic. But yeah, I've got one pair of just like non-distressed jeans that are just kind of like a high-waisted straight leg that I like quite a bit. But those are like full proper denim, so they're still a bit stiff even though I've had them for a few years. So those are what I would wear to like respectable company if I was going to something that was nicer than sweatpants but still jeans eligible, but not like distressed jeans eligible. And then I have a pair of stretch denim that's in a ridiculous wide leg that I thought looked really cool in 2021, which wasn't that long ago. And I still like them, and they're quite comfy, so I'll wear those sometimes. But the legs on them are so wide that they're a bit of a hazard. I once fell down the stairs in my last apartment because my left foot caught the pant leg of my right foot because they were so wide, like butterfly wings. So I'm a bit cautious of them because I've discovered that they're a bit of a hazard. And then the third pair is just like a pair of quite distressed jeans that I got because I wanted to look cool and hip, and I like them a lot. But they're cold because the holes in the knees let all the air in. Although they're more comfortable because the holes in the knee allow them to flex in a way that the nicer ones without the distressing do not. I've put a lot of thought into this. Rare forming? Yeah, something like that. Wife has declared a war on denim. Everything must be soft and stretchy. I understand. I understand completely. Overflow for that. Vault keys. I suppose I'm just going to save my vault keys for either when I hear that other people are getting the bronze spec, or I can send them to alts. I can send them to alts if the alts need an amulet. But I don't think I'm going to go back in the vault and just start winging open vaults again. Because until I have some reason to expect the Mossy Mammoth, because I think it's just a bag destroyer. I don't think it offers me anything worth my time. I think it's more annoying to clean out your bags of all of the stuff you got from the vaults than anything I could get from the vaults now that my ring is done would be possibly worth. I need to open vault doors for the Reach Meta achievement. Ugh. I guess I don't have to loot anything in them. I could just open the doors. I could just open the doors and leave them unlooted. Did you exclusively wear denim overalls during your rural Canadian upbringing? I can't remember if I had any. What did I wear as a kid? I don't know, clothes, stuff. I don't really remember much. I remember more what I wore as a teenager. I had a pair of polyester capri pants. Blue polyester capri pants that I got from the Real Canadian Superstore, which is kind of like a Walmart. And those actually fit me surprisingly well and lasted a really long time. I wore those for 8 years, something like that. Well after I was kind of over capris. Was your belt a piece? My belt was never a piece of rope. However, for several years, my belt was a real clicking seat belt. It had a yellow and white stripe. I got it at a shopping mall as a child in back-to-school shopping. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever that I had a seat belt for a belt. And I wore that years and years and years. Oh, sounds like something from Hot Topic. Yeah, I would say that I had it quite young, like maybe age like 11. Which I guess is, not to say 11-year-olds don't shop at Hot Topic, but seatbelt belt's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I believe it had like one of those plastic buckles on it to make the length adjustable. You know you're ready for school when you've clicked in. Oh, another primalist weapon. And a storm sigil. I had my fair share of bedazzled shirts. Shirts with glitter, shirts with phrases, shirts with pictures of cupcakes and stuff. I had, as a young child, a shirt from the Rainforest Cafe that had metal snaps. It was like a rainforest scene, and there was metal snaps on it. And it came with like little plastic like geckos and stuff, and like snakes and stuff that had snaps on them that would attach physically to the front of the shirt. That was pretty cool. No, I never had a shirt like this. These are these are new to me in my I'd say middle years, and if I die at 60, then that's true. But yeah, my clothes shopping was very budget focused when I was a teenager because I didn't have a part-time job as a teenager. My friends sometimes did, but I just didn't get one. I applied for a few and just Subway didn't want to hire me, and then I was too ashamed to ever apply anywhere else. So I was focusing on my studies because I was such an academic child, which meant that I had like allowances and birthday money, but I didn't have the disposable income that you would have if you'd been working at like a Booster Juice or something. So if I was shopping for like school clothes, I was trying to basically get as much value for money as possible. So you would shop at like the fast fashion stores. I forget what they were called, but you would look for the sales where they were like, listen, you can get 5 tank tops for $10, and you would do that. A couple 100 kilometers from the nearest town. It is fun to imagine. I had no concept of distance because I didn't drive. Nearest town really depends on how often your adults are going in that you can hitch a ride with because you're not getting there on your own. Young Canadians work at Tim Hortons. Some places, if you had a Tim Hortons, we didn't have any where I grew up. We didn't have a whole lot of there wasn't really a whole lot going on. When I was older, I knew people that worked at Tim's. Because like once I moved closer into town where I was around a few of them. I never did it. I remember them saying something about flexible hours, but that like the actual experience of being on the drive-through line was a bit traumatizing. What's this storm sigil for? Tim's has really gone downhill. Jeff, are you Canadian or are you just I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious if if this is a first-hand opinion or if you're just doing the thing. Storm sigils are for upgrading original primalist gear. Original primalist gear to the middle level, which is the same level as you learn it at when you learn one of these 385 pieces. But if you were trying to get a piece to upgrade for Transmog and you just couldn't get the Primalist piece to drop, you could buy for like a couple hundred overflow the base version and then upgrade it with Storm Sigils. They're a pinch a lot. I didn't realize Bucky was going to cost 25,000 overflow. I guess it'll go faster than 100,000 overflow did. Lived in both places a fair amount. All right, okay. I was just very curious if that was a first-hand thing because I thought I had some reason to think that you were in the States. I don't know why. U.S. Tims never the same as Canadian Tims. I was quite disappointed by Tims when I came back. Not that they were like amazing when I left in I left in 2013, 14-ish, and they weren't incredible, but it was something that was around, and I would get breakfast and lunches and teas and stuff there, and I thought that I would do that once again when I came back. Not so much, but that's okay. There's lots of great local places that are more expensive, but it's not like Tim's is all that cheap anymore either. Everything's kind of expensive now. It was okay. Went way downhill from okay in the last 5+ years. Yeah, it sounds about right. But that's okay. You get your farmer's market eggs. You make your breakfast at home. McDonald's coffee over Tim's coffee. I think that's the general consensus in a lot of Canadian places that I know or have heard from, and also just around here, is that if you are going to do like a fast food coffee or like a fast food breakfast or something like that, the McDonald's coffee and bakery items are basically what Tim's coffee and bakery items used to be. Seattle area right now. Family Victoria, only moved here like 8 months ago. Oh, I see. We have a good number of people in the Pacific Northwest. What do I remember from Seattle? I've visited Seattle a number of times. The only thing I remember about Seattle is it had hills. The place that I would go visit, I would park on a big hill, and I remember I was walking around and there was just a lot of hills. That's the only thing I remember from Seattle. I couldn't even say rain because it rains everywhere, but like Seattle, this city is steep. Did I see the Space Needle? If I did, I didn't look. What I did hear was the stadium where the sea dogs, the sea wolves, the Seattle Sea Monsters, the Seattle Seahawks, the Seahawks Stadium was Sea Chickens. Yeah, there you go. They would. My apologies to any Seattle sports fans. They would go ham when they were playing games, and we weren't anywhere close to the stadium, but you could hear it for like a really long way away. Yeah, we got there. They were very enthusiastic about that. No, I didn't see the Space Needle. Seattle Seahawks. Fans have cheered so much it registered in earthquake monitors. I'm glad that they're happy. I don't know what. I have 10,000 elemental overflow already. I could feasibly have 25k. Maybe not today, although maybe today if I really put some work into it, but within the next couple of days. I love the Seattle Sea Cucumbers. How's your hair doing? Shaved mine? Mine's good. I re-shaved it. I trimmed it a couple days ago, so I'm feeling very, very clean. Very smooth. I put some aloe cream on my head because I had a little dry spot, and then I put some moisturizer up there, and it felt very nice. I do feel a little bit like the evil person from the Spice World movie because of the glasses and because of the really short haircut. I feel like I should be plotting the downfall of a girl group. But yeah, no, I'm good. Do I set my emergency brake when I park my car? I do. But I didn't used to. I've gotten used to it recently. I don't know why I didn't, and I don't know why I started, but yeah, I do. Which girl group would you want to plan the downfall for? I mean, how many girl groups? I mean, outside of like in the Western pop media space, because I know obviously there's many girl groups in K-pop and J-pop and C-pop, but who like I can think of past ones in the modern world. Yeah, or boy bands. Really, we don't discriminate. Hailstorm. Yeah, I'm out of the loop. Bought so much sack of oddities only for Shaggy to appear in my first one. Congrats on your bunny. The real question is, who is your favorite Spice Girl and why? I think that's it. Thanks for the lift. E-brake is a must. Still set mine. Live in Florida now. I used to have some concept, which is probably not a good reason to not use it, where if my car got moved, like if something bumped into it, or it like for whatever reason they were towing it, which shouldn't happen because I don't park anywhere except for in designated parking spots where I know for sure that I'm allowed to be. That it would be damaging to have it on, but I'm sure it could be damaging to have it off and have it just go places. Always liked Mel C. As a child, I thought Posh Spice was the pinnacle of things because she was, in my young child mind, obviously like the coolest one. But yeah, I may my I don't know. I don't know if that answer's changed or not. She's still pretty cool. Elemental event up for Snilgoo? I think so. I think yes. I'm doing it. I'm here. I have 9 goo down, 41 goo to go. Mel is a riot. There's 2 Mels, yeah? Mel C and Mel B. Now I'm just thinking about the Spice Girls. Neighbor's truck rolled across the street, totaled my car, my driveway, paranoia, validation unlocked. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's upsetting. How many males are there? I was just thinking that, like, I don't know really any, I guess Melanie Martinez. I don't know a whole lot of modern Melanies, but maybe in the 90s it was more of a thing. Many of their songs still hold up. I'm telling you, if I can get my hands in a streaming or digital version of Spice World, I'm gonna have like a party just for me. That's gonna be a order pizza and make root beer floats kind of night. I was also doing some patch day math, end of patch goal math, and I discovered that there's like 23 days, give or take, until the end of season. And I have done 20% of my Vicious Mount grind. I am 20% in, which means that I have completed 10 of my 50 solo shuffle wins. So with 23 days remaining to me and 40, I can get that kite repaired. Also, I got 5 slime. With 10, hang on. Basically, I need to do 2 to 3 wins a day if I want to evenly pace out the rest of my solo shuffle grind and not have to go insane in the last couple of days. So I might flop over to my druid and see if I can get a win or 2. However, I tried to do this yesterday off stream. I tried to nap and I couldn't fall asleep and I was feeling quite ill and I was like, all right, I'm just going to see if I can crank out some solo shuffle wins. And I spent like 4 hours and got like 2 wins. It was deeply upsetting. And I was really struggling with my targeting keybinds. I used to do scroll wheel targeting for party 1 and party 2. And I tried it via macros and I tried it via direct keybinding and I wasn't able to get around it targeting pets. And then instead, I did cycling through previous and next friendly target, and that didn't target pets, but I couldn't have it stop cycling, so if I would scroll my mouse wheel too far and double-click it, it would just go back to the first person, and I was having just a bear of a time trying to get the target that I wanted. So I've set myself up some new keybinds where I've just bound party 1 and 2 to F1 and F2, and I'm just going to try that. It's going to take some getting used to, but I think if I can learn it, it might be better. I don't usually stretch my hand up that far, but Flabby promised me it's a thing. Pets need healing too. Not in solo shuffle. If they do, they're not getting it. Not at the 1200 rating where I live. If I can keep the hunter up, then that's good enough for me. And I can't keep the hunter up if I'm just dumping all my heals into the wrong target because my targeting's not working right. Estimating this math yesterday, see the problem. If I can start, I think I just need to do it. So I'm gonna log over and I'm just gonna see what we can do. It's gonna be a bit messy to watch, but that's okay. We don't need to do great. You don't even need to win all the rounds. If you win 3 out of 6 rounds, that counts as a win. It gets you some conquest. It gets you some progress. I had a really frustrating one yesterday where I'd won 3 out of 6 rounds. I was like, okay, great. It doesn't matter. Like I'd won the first 3 and then somebody left and it didn't even count. Write an on-cast macro. Yeah. For everybody in the lobby, and then you swap around their names as the round swap. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was I had turned on Gladiator Lhasa, which is the add-on that narrates abilities as they're used, but I wanted to go in and kind of disable most things, and then I wanted to disable basically everything, and then just re-enable things one by one so that I could, is there like a disable all button? No. You can do things like that, but friendly ally lockout alert, not worried about that. Buff down, not worried about that. Maybe spellcasting. All right. So we go into here. Do I want buff down? No. Cast success. No. I've confused myself. Maybe I should just queue. Maybe I should just turn the whole thing off and queue. Gave up healing solo shuffle. The ranking was so slow. Where is your fire-looking staff from? I believe that is the Tectis staff, the Quake staff from Vault of the Incarnates. Oh, geez. All right. There's profiles for this. You can make new alerts. Oh, I see. I've done this in reverse. So you can disable everything else. So if I wanted them to tell me basically just when they're using really scary long cooldown, basically when they're bursting. So I'm just going to leave Pillar of Frost and then that's it. For Demon Hunters, I'm going to leave just Metamorphosis, and then that's it. For Druids, we're going to leave the Incarns, just the DPS Incarns, mind you, and then Berserk, and then that's it. Maybe, no, not even Heart of the Wild. I want basically almost nothing on this add-on so that I have a better chance of listening to it when it finally says something. So just the DPS Incarns and then Berserk. For Evokers, all I want is Dragon Rage. That's it. Not too worried about the rest of it. Mind you, we're not queuing at a very high rating. I just need like my little 1k to 1200 wins. For Hunters, I want Bestial Wrath, which is actually not even on here. It must be in a different thing. Coordinated Assault, Beast Within. I mean, double tap is sometimes scary.
Double tap.
Yeah. Aspect of the Wild, sure. What about mages? I want Icy Veins and then Combustion. For monks, I want Bone Dust Brew, which I don't see here. Might be in a different thing. What we doing today? Just a bunch of little things. I did a little Storm's Fury. I did a little Forbidden Reach. I did a little bag organization. I am currently digging through. I'll keep wings. That's important. Digging through my Gladiator Lussa settings, trying to disable almost everything except for like really important, scary damage cooldowns. I'm not too worried about defensives. That's a DPS problem. Power Infusion will keep. Sometimes that involves Oh, I can click on the name. Okay. For rogues, we're gonna say maybe Shadowy Duel. Now I'll notice that.
Evasion.
Besides, by the time they've Shadowy Dueled, it's too late. And then Doom Winds and Ascendance, fine. Dark Soul, fine. Warriors have so many of these guys. We'll leave Avatar and we'll leave Recklessness and we'll turn off everything else. I don't even see Recklessness. And then the Hunt, that's an important one. We'll worry about Resurrection, but we're not going to worry about big heals. I'll leave like Cyclone and Polymorph up, I suppose. Maybe Hex, actually, for spellcasting alerts. I suppose Sleepwalk, but am I really going to get out of the way of that? Maybe. Revive Pet.
Mirrors of Torment.
People really have mirrors still? They gave that to them? I'm going to keep Polymorph and then maybe Jeepai. Not too worried about that. Repentance might be useful for me to know because I can shift that. That's a humanoid thing. So if I turn into a cat, it won't get me. However, I don't know if we're going to reach those levels of I don't know if we're going to reach those levels at this time. We're going to keep Hex and I guess Stormkeeper. And then we're just going to play with that for now. This might take me let's make sure we're queuing up in the right bracket. The good news is you get so much honor in Solo Shuffle that you can really easily fill out your PvP options for Vault. And the other good news is that I finally got enough Conquest to get all 4 of my, got 4 set pieces made and then catalyzed, so I do have my 4 set now. Keyboards that are 75%, put your F1 to 10 right above your number key so you don't have to reach so far. This one, they're not wildly far above, and I don't think I really want another keyboard. It's a good idea though, thank you. The other nice thing is that a healer solo shuffle just sticks you right in. You barely have to wait. So the dream would be to win 3 rounds. Not rounds, but like 3 queues of this, because that would put me ahead of schedule, especially if I end up not doing solo shuffle on some of my non-streaming days. Although I should try to. I'm trying to just get enough of this done so that when the season's like a couple days left, I don't have half of the bar left to do. So what I have here, I don't know if I can also, I can change my target, which you can see with this highlight, with my mouse scroll wheel, and it works, but like if I mean, it's working fine right now. And I also have it on F1 and 2, but F1 and 2 feels so far. I don't know. I'm on reactive resonance, so that's good. I kind of had fun the other day. I was queuing a bunch of solo shuffle, and I kept queuing into some of the same people. All right, so they're thinking that. How do Holy Priests do? I haven't seen any. I will say that much. I haven't tried it personally, but any priests that I have come across have all been disciplined priests. So there is that. So the square is my Death Knight. He's going all the way in.
Tyrant.
We're popping some defenses, because there's Tyrant and Recklessness,
Avatar.
which I didn't manage to find. Yeah. I don't know if I love the F keys initially. Because, yeah, no, I was targeting the primal. I just dumped a bunch of cooldowns into the primal fire elemental. That's not what I wanted to do. I can't get to grips with this. I don't know what changed or if anything changed, but I'm so frustrated just because I was fighting with this for hours yesterday off stream, and I thought I'd figured it out. I used to do just fine scroll targeting in PvP, and it's not working for me anymore. And I don't know what changed or when it changed, but it's a mess now, and I don't have a good alternative that I'm comfy with. First time I've done arena properly, really enjoying it. 31% towards the mount. Congrats. I think Solo Shuffle's done a great job of helping a lot of people that didn't do any PvP before into it.
Power infusion. Pillar of Frost.
Well.
Avatar. Pillar of Frost.
There we go. That'll work. This is rated solo shuffle. It's targeting things you don't want to. It scrolls past. A player and then ends up on their pet. And sometimes it feels like I'm just picking random targets. I don't know how. I guess maybe a primal fire elemental counts as like a party pet, and that's how I ended up on that target instead. Well, though I have done that, I'm having issues in spite of that is my problem. What are your actual keybinds for it? Totally unbind target party pet. It is unbound. It's that they count as party members, so that if you're targeting party 1 and 2, and it'll scroll through them.
Ascendance. Avatar.
All right, that's a lot of keybinds. And I think partly it's just that when I'm in the midst of the arena, I can sometimes over scroll, like I'm a bit twitchy. All right, that's a lot of defenses.
Hex.
cottage cheese.
Hex.
No, that's meat. That's meat.
Hex.
I'm gonna eat that, yeah. That might have been the wrong order. There we go. Scroll sensitivity has nothing to do with scroll sensitivity. Macro that targets Arena Friend 1, Arena Friend 2. Bind that to mouse wheel. I've done that as well. Enable show pets and raid friends, maybe? I guess so. I just don't want the visual clutter here. Don't target the healer, she just heals the fire element. Listen, that primal fire elemental was safe as day. If I can just win one of these next 3 rounds,
Power infusion.
then it'll all be
Tyrant.
fine. And I'll get some credit. That's tyrants, that's cooldowns. It's on blue. So they're over there. We're just gonna use some coolies early, make sure we're trading. And the scroll targeting for enemy targets works great. I have scroll plus a modifier is my enemy focus, and that works perfectly. Is the thing that's struggling. And I used to be able to do that exact same thing with friendly targets, is up down click. And in the starting room, it works fine. It's just in the actual... Okay, maybe not. Maybe... There we go. There, it's on pet. Ace Ray, thank you for the 41-month recent. Howdy, Hazel. Howdy. It drives me batty because it didn't used to be a problem. I don't know when it changed or if it changed or if my fingers got fatter or something like that. But it's, like I've basically had the same keybind setup since WoD, and it's never been a problem for me before.
Power infusion.
And it wouldn't fix all of my problems, but it would be a good start to at least consistently have the target that I want.
Stormkeeper.
Okay, so that's cooldowns. They're unloading on, it seems like, both? Maybe? They've used that cooldown. Do a half clone of the shaman. Just to kind of prevent.
Hex. Hex. Pillar of Frost.
Yeah, that'll work. So as long as nobody leaves, we'll at least get credit for this. Is there a UI option to change how it works? I haven't found one. There's like displaying nameplates and whatnot, but in the key bindings options under targeting, so I have party 1 and party 2 is how I typically do this, because there's no arena friendly. There's nearest friend and previous friend, and I've tried that before as well, and that gets me into different problems.
Power
macro,
infusion.
drag that to a bar. It won't target the player's pet. I've tried that though. That's what these pearls are here. Those are target party 1, 2, and self macros. And when I bind them there, I'll change the bind to the bar, and I'll do that, and I'll show you. That's how I used to circumvent that, and it hasn't been working for me.
Tyrant.
Okay, so there's
Tyrant.
cooldowns. Hi, kitty cat's coming. They haven't used pillar yet. It's just tyrant, so I don't want to blow Ironbark yet.
Pillar of frost.
There's pillar. So now I have a target on the shaman. I am gonna trinket that. I think I got the bark on them, yeah. Let's hope they can survive without me for a bit. Well, that'll do. Oh, cat left. The good news is that we won enough of those. We did 4 and 2, so that was enough of them to at least get us 2% progress. That's 1 of 3. My goal in solo shuffle is to get the vicious mount. I want to fill up the vicious mount bar before the end of the season. So as long as I don't drop below 1k rating, I can keep earning progress in that with any wins. I'm also kind of sort of getting the not the elite set appearance, but just the conquest set appearance. I'm working on that one too. I have so this is the set. I have 4 pieces of it. So as I get conquest, I'm saving up to buy more bits of that, and so I should be at 22. So just for fun games, let's go into the key bindings and let's forget this. We'll take a mouse wheel up and mouse wheel down, and we'll throw it on a bar instead of targeting. So we'll throw it on the extra action bar that has the mouse button on it. So up, down, and click, and then we'll make sure that the correct ones are on there. So target party 1 is on up, party 2 is on down, target self is on click. The target self, I should make clear, always works. It's the party 1 and party 2 that are giving me troubles. Started late too. Yeah, I think it's very doable in solo shuffle. It would be more reasonable if you had been working on it for a whole season. Can you show the macros? Yeah, they're just /tar party 1, 2, and then self. Target party 1, target party 2, target player, and all right, well now they're not even. Oh, it's because I have them on the wrong. So 1, self is on click, 2. There we go. So in the starting area, maybe because we do have a pet up. It's going okay. If that continues to work good, then that's fine. But if I end up with a pet on my target, I'm gonna be in trouble. All right, we're fighting a feral druid and a red paladin. I think red paladins are getting nerfed soon. I heard something about that. I just want my kitty cat. This is my season best rating, however, of 1324, so we're climbing.
Avenging Wrath. Incarnation Kitty. Incarnation Kitty.
Oh, they've got their thing up still. That's fine. That'll work. When did I start? 3 or 4 days ago? I don't recall. I was on stream that I finished leveling the druid, and then it took like one to 1.5 days to get the item level up to where I could get into solo shuffle. I couldn't tell if that was decent. I actually couldn't tell if the macroing was working there. Something like that was this week. Yeah, it's going fine. I did a chunk of it off stream because I think that is, I was hoping that I could just kind of queue solo shuffle and like watch TV, and it turns out I cannot do arena and watch TV. My brain has not nearly enough bandwidth for that. So I do have to pay attention.
Incarnation Kitty.
Nope, that's them. Are there 2 feral druids? There might be 2 feral druids.
Chaos don't. Sleepwalk. Chaos don't.
The reason I'm stopping to put a life bloom on myself is so that my hots all tick faster. It's one of my talents, and I'm assuming that it's important.
Sleepwalk.
Are they going to successfully sleepwalk me? They are.
Chaos don't. Chaos don't. Chaos don't. Chaos don't.
That's as much healing as I can do.
Chaos don't. Sleepwalk.
Oh, I almost melted that, but I didn't quite do it. Everything's all fun in games as long as there's no pets around, I think, usually.
Chaos don't. Chaos don't. Chaos don't.
Oh, that was dangerous. I didn't trinket. I probably should have, but they killed the preservation evoker. Oh. No pets. There's a cat right there. All right, we just need one more win. The good news is that if you ever go on like a horrible losing streak and you just feel like there's nothing left to live for and you may as well go lay down outside in the rain and eat worms, at least you have dropped your MMR so that it will put you in relatively easier matches. Am I going to play Hardcore Classic as well? I didn't have any plans to. I think that would be more something that I would do if like a lot of my friends were going to do it.
Incarnation Kitty.
All right, so they're just going to kind of go in there.
Kitty.
I'm going to just let them have the bark right through the whole incarn. Double check that I am targeting the right person. I think it would also help, and I don't think I can do this in default UI, if I could make the targeting highlight bigger. Because I've got the little yellow thing that highlights my target, and if it were a bit bigger, that might be good. That's double feral druids. I feel like preservation evokers are difficult to kill. I don't know if that's the case, but it feels that way. But they have worked through a lot of... I'm hesitant to cycle on them because they have worked through an awful lot of their defensives. So if that was like a factor, then yeah, I think they're gonna get it done. They did get it done. There we go. Not the worms. You remember this song? Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. That's the Sad Day song. Must have arena add-ons. Gladius, Omnibar, which in theory is somewhere around here. I think I was looking at it for arena reps. And then I'm using Gladiator Losa, but it's definitely training wheels. Works out. The other thing that will help me as I continue to do this is getting full conquest gear will give me higher item levels. So I'm not currently working with all of the gear that I could potentially have. Is in this circle. There they are.
Avenging Wrath.
I think it would be interesting to play for the whole season, just regularly, like a little bit through the whole thing, and just see how it feels to
Incarnation Kitty.
see how it feels to like practice and get better, you know, like if assuming that you can sort out your UI, because this actually feels fine. I can't complain about this. You know, work on making better choices would be kind of nice. Let's get 3 stacks of that. There we go. Doesn't appear that they're on the ret, but The only person that they're definitely not hitting is the one person that's DR'd for my Cyclone. I should use a little bit more of this.
Sleepwalk. Avenging Wrath.
I think the Paladin is a great deal of the damage. There we go. You're a WoW player. I have confidence you can complain about this. Nice. Yeah. I think as long as nobody leaves. And sometimes I get worried when one person is consistently dying or losing. I often get a bit frightened that they're going to, you know, like rage quit, because if they leave, nobody gets any credit. And there are leaver penalties, and I think they've made them increasingly bad to try to help people. But all right, so they're not on there. I'm gonna be out of range for that.
Inclination Kitty. Fear.
Oh, melted that one a little late. That's the bit of the trouble with relying on Gladiator Losa, especially for using any kind of an audio system that has delay, is that you're going to learn about things after it's too late to stop them. You need to be watching with your eyes and not your ears. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, I can't save you. All right. That was a fast round. Druid power. Go Team Orange. I kind of want to actually change my druid forms. I want to go to the barbershop and I want to change my druid forms back to like default ones. I feel like I've been using the fancy ones for so long. I kind of want to just be a night elf, you know, just like have some generic looking forms for a little bit.
Sleepwalk. Avenging Wrath. Chaos Bolt. Sleepwalk. Chaos Bolt. Fear. Sleepwalk.
He was on DR. And I tricked him. Doesn't mean I'm going to win this one, but that was fun.
Avenging Wrath. Fear.
Although I can't help them. There we go. So, we got honor, some conquest, a little bit of rating. Not too worried about the rating. Honestly, more rating's not necessarily good for this. Is Roots the same DR as Cyclone? It is not. It is not. Cyclone shares DR with Fear. It shares DR with, well, Fear's the main one. So Warrior Fear, Warlock Fear comes up quite a bit. There's more, but those are the two that I usually notice. Okay, I have 790 conquest. Do I want to buy anything? Also, now that I'm getting all this extra honor and I have all the honor mog off the vendor, I've just been getting marks of honor. And I feel like I should just go shopping. I feel like I've got 45 marks of honor. I've just been buying. I'm not even upgrading the item level of my stuff because if I'm just PvPing this character, I'm not going to like raid or anything. So there's no need for me to spend my honor boosting up my conquest gear item level. Like I could, but why, you know? You do not have to win 6 of 6. You only have to win 3 of 6 for it to count as a win in terms of conquest points, and then also Percentage 25. I thought we were getting 2% per. That's concerning. Cyclone that melee 3 times, then root them to keep them out of combat. Roots are easier to be broken out of than cyclones, and at any point anybody could kick you or like otherwise prevent you from doing that. But yeah, I have done that to warriors before, and it's really fun. All right, so I think I was saving up my conquest actually for a weapon. I feel like a big juicy weapon would be quite nice. It would give quite a bit of extra just stats in arena. Now that I have my 4 set, I think I'm just gonna hold on to the conquest, and I'm gonna keep buying. I mean, it's like 2,000 for 5 marks of honor. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get set up with those. My Charmed Life, thank you very much for the 39-month resub. Holy smokes, that's a long time. Thank you. Also, Dunsduel with a 4-month resub. Welcome back. And Terragosa with a 34-month resub. Thanks, guys. How was Solo Shuffle? It's quite fun when it's going well. I guess that's PvP for you. It's great when you're winning. I like Solo Shuffle. It's nice and easy to get into. It's one place in WoW that I can't bring Flabby because it's Solo Shuffle, not bring your friend to carry you shuffle, so that if I win or lose, I feel as though it has something to do with me. What else? It's a pretty on-demand way to work towards this. You don't have to worry about putting together groups. I wanted to go to the barber shop. That's right. I was thinking of using some more default looking forms. And then also I should take a short break. It's 10:39 already. So here, let's work on our druid forms. I want to make them look a little more generic, and I think I also want to fix my Mog. So this is all fine. I'm happy with this. I like her little half ponytail. I like her green druidy theme. I think that's nice. I've been using the werebear, and that's great. But I haven't been one of these bears for a long time. What other bears do I have? This is kind of a cool interface, isn't it? I like how it darkens everything out so you can really see. So I have. I'm sure most of these are just artifact forms. There's like some nice braids. There's Big Rock. There's the bright outlined one. Then there's Nightmare ones. And then there's the bony ones. I used to like the bone ones as well. Guardian of the Glade I thought was quite cool. I used to use that. But I haven't been just like a regular bear. Which one of these do I like? I think she would be this one. And then same thing for regular cat. We've got some Ashmane Fangs cats. We've got some Nature's Fury cats. We've got some jungle cats that are kind of cool. And then Moon Spirits. I do have Fire Druid. What type of bear is best? But I think I'm just going to be that one. Yeah. I haven't been a default cat in so long. I missed them. Am I going to do these ones as well? She's been an Arden Moth for a while. Yeah. Let's be a Stormcrow. The Orca I think I'm going to keep because the default one is a sea lion and it's upsetting. Plus I like Orca whales. And then for the travel form, she's been in Twilight Rune Stag, but I think I'm going to go for like a standard stag. Yeah, there we go. And at least all that is cheap. I'm going to take a real short break and be right back. All right. I'm back. I'm back. So I've won 2 in a row. And I'm going to go back in for a third. And then I feel like winning 2 in a row was too easy. Like I meant to, I didn't mean to lose, but that was my goal. And I kind of assumed that I would lose 2 to 5 times in between them. So I feel like I need to lose just to even out the scores. So I'm going in again. Hey-oh, hello. I feel like I want to play one with my new fancy default forms. Maybe I should give myself like a real default mog in the meantime. I was wearing my some combination of anyways, let's just put on, excuse me. Let's wear, why can't I click on this? That's very strange, right? Maybe I'll reload my UI. Here, let's leave the queue for a second just so it doesn't make this panicky. Did you used to have the outdoor Easter egg hunt during your rural Canadian upbringing? I feel as though there must have been at least one. Easter egg hunts were a thing. I think that they were often indoors due to weather. Not that it was like super snowy, but just it was wet, you know? Hope you have a great day. Thank you. Easter chocolate, I feel like. One Easter, I overindulged in chocolate to my great dismay, and I think I've been a bit off of Easter chocolate ever since, despite I was very, very small then. I haven't quite forgiven it. I wanted to, I was transmoging, that's right. I was going for a real stripped down basic druid. There we go. I was going to wear this druid starting robe and then just this stick. And I'm tempted to then augment that with like, well, you know, you could put on like some wings. Maybe not those ones. Where's the fairy wings? There we go. You could do like some of this, some fey woven branches. That is pretty, but like, here, let's just do a real basic version. Yeah, that's nice. And then we turn into a bear. Yeah, there we go. I'm feeling nostalgic. Nostalgia druid. There we go. Did that with candy corn and Halloween. Went for a hike yesterday, slid down most of a hill. Oh, I hope you're all right. Same was a competition. Winner would get a hat of some sort. Generally speaking, you just got to keep the chocolate. Like you would go hunt for the chocolate and then you would get the chocolate that you got. But I remember now that you mentioned that one competition where there was great controversy because it was amongst cousins and I was the youngest one who participated. And there was a pretty good age gap and there was quite a few people involved. So some of the children were much older than me. I don't remember how old I was, but not that old. Some of the children were much older than me and therefore very adept at finding chocolate eggs outside, and I wasn't. And a grandparent deemed it to be very unfair that all the older children should have all the candy. So she mandated after the hunt was over a redistribution of chocolate so that everybody got an equal amount. And that went over very poorly among the older children, as you might imagine. Man, we have to share with, well, you know, Pipsqueak over here just because she can't find enough eggs. Oh, comrade grandma, I approve. Yeah, and I remember being like, well, I'm glad I have chocolate, but now all of the other children hate me. But the grandmother was very, very sweet. I miss her a lot. Children learn about communism. Always keep some spare eggs for the little ones. Yeah, that might have been a better way to do it. Happened to me as a kid, just had nothing. Well, Cash, now you're just insulting for the sake of insulting. That's not funny. It's just not nice. It's against the rules. All right. I'm fighting a caster and a marks hunter. Do I want reactive resin? I'm going to take high winds. I'm just going to be bold. All right. We've got a demon hunter. We've got some form of shaman. I don't know what kind of shaman. Blue one. It's It's from Tichondrius. That's how you know they're a PvPer. Meow meow. Creepy Lumber Doom, this druid. So basic. Baby's first day as a druid. Hey, it's a holy priest. Look at that.
Chaos Bolt.
That is really suffering some damage.
Fear.
I am
Chaos
pretty
Bolt.
DR'd. Those Chaos Bolts are really just
Chaos
trucking them.
Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt.
That's perfect, actually. That gives me,
Chaos Bolt.
I think, the DR that I need.
Chaos Bolt.
Oh, wow, that shaman takes so much damage. They're just eating Chaos Bolts.
Chaos
Not saying that I
Bolt.
would do any
Chaos
differently.
Bolt.
I'm not always great. I'm just gonna trank. See if we can top them up even a little bit. All right, I'm taking off. I'm looking to see where they are. I'm topping them back up with hots
Fear.
because they're gonna need them. Hopefully we've at least survived cooldowns.
Fear. Chaos Bolt.
Did that chick win the game? No, not quite. Yeah, it did. There we go. No ret? That's crazy. I know, right? Hi, guy girl. Hello. How you doing? Solo shuffle grindable for somebody with 0 PvP experience. Want them out, but PvP scares me. I think so. It's just gonna put you. You're just gonna end up finding a rating with other people that are doing similar things to you. And I think that there's a very good chance that that's above 1K rating. You gain lots of rating with any wins below that, and I think so. It is a bit of a grind. It's not something you're gonna do in an afternoon. I'm trying to pace myself over this last month. You need 50 wins. Not of rounds, but of, like, queues. So, you could, alright. Peculiar. There's Holy Ward. So my Demon Hunter is over this way. They're hunting. Doing things. They got some defensives out of the Shaman. The Hunter is over there.
Power Infusion.
There's PI. Is it on the Hunter? It looks like it might be.
Stormkeeper.
I can just...
Stormkeeper.
Oh, there. Well, that's fine.
Ascendance.
I've made some mistakes. I've made a variety of them, actually. Yep. I should have trinketed, and I let my team get way too low while I was looking for that clone. That's okay. Thelezra, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate it. If you grind out a saddle, you'll no longer have 0 PvP experience. It's just kind of a fun puzzle. The worst part about it is, I don't know, sometimes I get a bit in my head about if I'm letting everybody down, but it's solo shuffle. You shuffle through new people, so you don't have to let any one person down for very long. And if you don't want to see if they're saying things about you, you just tab over to your combat log. I just try and figure out who they're going by what they're actually doing in the game, because sometimes they'll say they're going one target and then they change their mind anyway, so I will sometimes be guilty of not reading chat and instead just trying to read the game. So I'm making poor choices. We're gonna back up, and we're gonna just kind of hang out way back here. Try and play this a little bit safe.
Metamorphosis.
That's meta. Ugh. Sometimes it really is best to just trinket that first CC. I'm gonna get baby feared, I think. Oh, nice. They can't kick me, they're too far away. How do I feel?
Metamorphosis.
That's some defensives. Oh, they're being feared towards me. I thought they were running at me. I was afraid. That's fine. I don't know if the priest gets to come back. The hunter just lobs traps. I mean, power to them. I would do the same thing. But they're just lobbing traps from the absolute mountains of Khazad-dûm. Holy moly. I mean, I might trip on it later. Yeah, it's about as much as I can give them. Oh. Alright, that one they did from closer range and they got it. Alright. They're DR'd for clone anyways. I'm having a bit of a trouble discovering who the kill target is here. No! I used my cooldowns in the wrong order! That's okay. This is solo shuffle. I'm grinding out games trying to work on my Vicious Sabertooth, my seasonal reward. I'm a quarter of the way there. I'm gonna need to win 2 more rounds of this if I want this one to give me any progress. Find the right class for this. Doing it as Mistweaver didn't click like it does for PvE. I'm a bit strange in this, but I always play a different class in PvP, and it helps me keep them separate in my mind. I don't really PvE heal on Druid, aside from like maybe some time walking, and I don't really PvP heal on my Evoker, and that helps me feel like I'm not mixing them up quite so much, because I don't know. I always PvP heal on just Druid.
Fear. Metamorphosis. Power infusion.
So.
Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Shadow hurry. Fear. Metamorphosis. Fear.
That's meta.
Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt.
I'm pretty heavily DR'd.
Chaos bolt.
This is kind of their go, so I don't mind being a tree.
Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Fear.
Oh, I'm out of range of them. That's rough. There we go.
Fear. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt.
I can't see the priest with Holy Ward on them.
Metamorphosis. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Fear.
I can't tell.
Fear.
I think they're not on the Demon Hunter. I think I can
Chaos
safely
bolt.
clone the Demon Hunter. Although they're not on the priest right now.
Fear.
Oh, you know what I haven't really been doing a whole lot of is I haven't really been doing an awful lot of Stampeding Roar.
Metamorphosis.
Be quite good.
The hunt.
There's Meta and the Hunt. I'm gonna bark that. Oh, they did it. There we go. Yeah, the add-on is Gladiator Losa. I've never configured anything like that with DBM. Ran my first Dungeons tank ever. Fun and scary. Oh, nice. Raid brain PvP, PvP brain raids. Yeah. I mean, I catch a lot of side-eye for not, you know, for having like my fully geared raid character that could just step in and, you know, be solo shuffle item level and has tier already and everything. And instead I decided to take another class that I don't know anything but the talents of this season and gear it up from scratch. All right.
Power infusion.
there we go. We won 3 rounds. So as long as nobody leaves, which is the, cross your fingers. Hazel voice back for that at some point as well. The Gladiator Losa, I would say unlikely. I may eventually update the DBM one, but that's not top of my list either. Nice seeing Squirrel Squad members in the open world. Pressure's on. All right, we got one more round. This is against all casters, so... Oh, I'm still in high winds. I never swapped it back. I probably should have been running Reactive Resin against basically any melee, just for a little bit of extra healing. All right, so the circle is my Demon Hunter, and the other one's my Hunter. Who do they want? They didn't say. Circle is Demon Hunter. Right over there.
Fear.
I just used my... I'm gonna get
Chaos
feared. I don't trust that burst, that Warlock burst, so I'm gonna do this.
Ice.
I've lost the Priest. Don't know where they are. Oh, there they are. Can I just get away with just a hard cast?
Chaos
maybe.
Bolt.
Yeah, I can. Okay. They got purged. Purged real good.
Fear. Chaos
So
Bolt.
they're on that side
Chaos
of the
Bolt.
barrier. Nope. All right. Well, that'll do though. That'll do. That's another 2%. So my rating did not change at all because I went 3 and 3, which is fine by me. If I can just keep going 3 and 3, that works for me. I get conquest from that. I get like almost 1k honor per round. Just won Deep Wind Gorge by 1 point. Nice. Congrats, Pattywix. Okay, that's what worth announcing. Seems like it happens all the time. I thought I'd turned it off, to be honest. Although it is a bit nice because when you hear it like 5 times, often people are really... It might mean it's a good time to start thinking about line of sight of the Warlock. Not that I've been doing that, but I'll leave it be. 27. Well, now that it's been going well, I kind of want to keep going. I have, I can buy some more. Oh, I have 1,000. Oh no, I'm saving up. That's right. I'd love to save up enough conquest for the, for a weapon would be kind of cool. I know that's like a lot of conquest. Maybe, you know what I should do is I should wait though, because today is Sunday. On Tuesday we get Vault. I'm going to have 3 Vault options. And if I get a weapon out of Vault, then I will wish I'd saved that conquest. So I should not spend my conquest on a weapon. I shouldn't spend my conquest on anything, basically. I should just kind of stack it up, wait for next week, and then buy something next week based on what I get out of Vault. Alexander, thank you for the 21-month resub. Want the mount, but I suck at PvP. Guild is my rating. The nice thing about Solo Shuffle is that even if your guild wanted a PvP with you, they couldn't. You gotta go in alone. It's a you and a bunch of randoms kind of thing. I don't think you need to be good to play Solo Shuffle. I think that there's a rating for everybody. I wonder if I'll ever hit 1,400. I want to buy, is that Conquest or is that Honor? That's Conquest. I want to buy, more Marks of Honor. And I want to take them, I want to fill out basically my collection of PvP sets and pieces. I have 66 Marks of Honor on me. I guess I could start from like the beginning. I used to pick and choose PvP sets based on what I thought looked nice, but I could just go back and try to like fill out all the gaps in the sets that I don't have yet. Fast gliding with a mount, new in the game. That's dragon riding, which is something that you're going to encounter at end game, kind of once you got 60. And you come to the Dragon Isles, they'll give you a dragon riding mount, and you can glide quite fast in that. One of the most common ways to lose is to ignore Destro Lock, especially recently. All right, I have a couple of melee. I'm fighting a couple of melee. I'm specking at High Winds. I'm getting Reactive Resin back. High Winds is quite nice. Whenever somebody leaves a Cyclone, they do reduce damage and healing for 4 seconds, and it's a pretty big reduction, so that can help lock kills. But if you're not getting Cyclones, or if somebody's died because Reactive Resin could have helped them, then you're not really having any good time. Hello from Portugal. Hello. I like checking people's guild names. Sometimes they have, sometimes they're fun. Yeah, we're at 27%. I wonder how I got an odd number. I thought that it just gave you a flat 2%. Maybe it's like 2.1 or something like that. Or maybe it depends on how many rounds you won. I don't know. I always just figured it was like a binary, did you win 3 or more? And then... Okay, so there's a BM Hunter and a Rogue. They're planning to hit the Rogue. They're opening on the Mistweaver. There's the Rogue.
Evasion.
I don't know why I went in there. It's a bit of a mess. Looks like they're kind of still on the monk. I never did use... No. No! I did trinket it! And it wasn't enough. That's okay. Maybe 6-0 gives 3% or something, who's to say? I've never done a 6-0 though. I don't think. I recall when rated tunes were new. Happy Easter, even if it is snowing. Happy Easter, Katie. Alright. Hope for the best. Demon Hunter? Okay.
The Hunt. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis.
So I am susceptible to a sap later? Yeah. Or not a sap, a blind.
Evasion.
The thing I like about healing solo shuffle is you can't really blame your DPS because both healers get the same spread of DPS and you get to play with each combination of all of them more or less. So I don't know how it feels when you're playing as a DPS, but as a healer it usually feels to me to be quite fair.
The Hunt.
Here we go. Not even half of them press their defensives. Only so much you can do. But if the opposite DPS are also not pressing their defensives, and it's the same people, they mix them up. You know, you get to play with both sides of DPS. But yeah, you're right. You just got to keep queuing, see what you can do. All right. So on this time I've got the Rogue and the Warrior, and we're fighting the Demon Hunter and the BM. I have a bit of a fear of BM Hunters that I've picked up through Solo Shuffle. Mistweaver's coming straight on in here. Oh, I love the snail. Oh, they're hunting on the Rogue. They found them, so I should probably get back over there a little bit faster. I'll do a bit of an early one of those. Yeah, it's a half. I'll sit. We've already used Ironbark. It looks like they kind of want the hunter.
Metamorphosis.
I think I'm safe to clone the monk if I can. Oh. Steel Wrath.
Metamorphosis.
Yes. Oh, I don't like it when it gets split like this. They're so far from each other. I do still have a trinket. I'm just gonna blow it.
The hunt. The hunt.
Yes.
Metamorphosis.
I am running out of cooldowns. Nope. It was close. So far, no good. Are you afraid they will ninja pull a spectator? I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to pick which one of my DPS I want to have live more. Oh dear. We've got Human Hunter Rogue. Meow. You want to come hang out in here? Kitty, I need your moral support for this one. Does the Bisquick guy not spawn at the soup anymore? Oh, for a moment I was very confused. Soup got weird. I went to it once recently and it was on 0 time for what felt like a very long time.
Avatar.
The swapping that they're doing is quite effective against me. It's a lot easier for me to heal like one sustained target over a swap. Oh no, I was targeting an enemy. Oh well. This one's, so far I've lost all 4 of the first rounds. This one must be on me. Yes. Been doing that for me too. It was great for reputation. But I don't think the soup ever even ended while I was there. I think I was there in and out of like time walking queues. I think it was when I was time walking leveling and the soup just never ended. I was very confused. All right. It's too late for me to get any conquest or progress from this one, but it's not too late for my dignity. See if we can pull back any wins. All right. They're going to try the warrior. I was going to clone off, but we hadn't opened yet. There we go.
Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis.
That's actual proper meta. Sitting that, I'm going to do send word. The nice thing about CC is that it gives you time to figure out what would you like to do. Yeah. Okay.
Metamorphosis.
I wonder if he'll have spell reflect. I can't heal through any combination of this. I've been doing my best. Oh man. I wonder if it's just a lot of, well, I guess that wouldn't affect the soup continuing when even it's at 0 minutes remaining, but I wondered if Bisquick's not spawning because there's not as many people doing the soup. Because like Nabelstead, you need it to be legendary for him to spawn. Mystery Red's a lot of DPS. Yeah, maybe that's it. Because I'm thinking I have all the same DPS these people do, and I consistently cannot deal with this. Maybe I need to Because I'm not adding any DPS myself.
Evasion. Avatar.
I'll check the damage numbers at the end of it. Oh, I could have melded that pretty easy. Because if that was the case, the solution might be, yeah. So let me see. Healing done. I did do more healing, only by a little bit, but I did a bit more healing. But the Mistweaver did 4 million damage, which is over half of what most of the rest of the DPS did, and I did very, very much not that. So that's pretty much as bad as you can do. Hi! You want to come up? Let's go in again. Let's try again. Let's see how... Maybe if we moonfire a few people, that'll do it. Hi. What is it? I love the fast keys, though. I really feel for DPS because I don't believe they could get in nearly this quickly, and it makes the grind a lot easier. Healing Arena can be a bit scary, but not as scary as waiting 45 minutes to get in. Alright. Demo Lock, Marks Hunter. BM Hunter, I think. Yeah, BM Hunter. And then a Feral Druid. Key for DPS anywhere 3 to 30 minutes. Class is not doing so well, not waiting as long? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that it would... I guess that makes sense. I never even thought of it considering comp. I guess it must. I always just figured it was just spitting any DPS in. Hello. I guess otherwise you would never... it would just be endless. You'd just be fighting a bunch of paladins right now. Hunter is the blue square.
Tyrant.
Oh, they killed somebody. That'll work. It's a nice kitty there. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I'm pretty much always Keeper of the Groves, so I have a bit of an immunity if I trank. You just have to hope that it's enough healing to keep the rest of your group up. But if they're on you, it's great. Circle is Warlock. Blue is Hunter. Warlock, Hunter. Okay. And they want to be on the Mistweaver because they're a Fistweaver, which I am very much fine with. There's the Incarn. It's a lot of burst. You can immune CCs as well. Assuming that you can help somebody live for long enough. Nope. Oh, I should have treated earlier. I think I'm gonna have a difficult time in matchups where I'm against a decent Fistweaver because of the damage issue. Oh, there was a lever. Somebody left. Player has abandoned the match and will receive a Q penalty. All right, well, I guess that one didn't count. Default UI not show markers on frames, or do you have it turned off? Default UI not show markers on frames. Like on the raid frames? I don't think I turned it off, but I might have. Let me look at edit mode, raid frames. It doesn't say anything about markers. Hey. Alright, who do we get this time? Discipline Priest is the enemy healer. I've only once or twice seen an enemy Resto Druid. It's usually Discipline Priest, our Shaman, a few different Fistweavers. Mostly to date with those ones. I want to, before I go today, and I'll be on for a bit. I'm kind of having fun doing this, but I want to spend some of these Marks of Honor. I don't have this set. I don't know if I'd ever wear it. It's very red, but... And then there's just like little pieces that I guess, fill in. I could just buy individual pieces off of old vendors to try and... I mean, do I want to spend marks on this set? Am I ever going to wear any of that? I don't know. Some of this stuff is a bit grim. Once you get into Kata stuff, that's more like it. I like that set a lot. I thought I had that set. I guess I have this one. That's one nice thing about solo shuffle is you get buckets of honor. All right. So I'm gonna try and CC the warrior a little bit, and then the priest as much as I can. So let's see if we can grab them. Shaman's blue. Shaman looks like who they want. So I'm gonna make sure they have 3 stacks of life bloom. I almost vortex them inside of the priest bubble, which would have been a friend move, but not to my team. I would need to push up if I wanted to CC them. To my right. I'm still kind of working on my core healing, I don't know. Rotation seems like the wrong word, but just the feeling and the practice of having my hots up and which ones to replace and etc. Can we live? Nope.
Power infusion.
Don't die without using any tree form. Oh, they died anyways. Alright. A for effort. I have what I call a brotation. You a warrior by any chance? Yeah, there's an argument to be made for using a unit frame add-on for this. It also, for my hots, like it'll only show me so many, I think 3. I think if I put a 4th hot on them, it won't show. Yeah, it'll only show up to 3. But I can see them all on their frame over here, and if I'm checking something like my focused growth stacks, I'm usually doing it on the target frame.
Avatar. Metamorphosis.
I'd love to clone them just because they've got meta and pain step up. Makes it just a good time to freeze them for a second. I have the right target, that's a good. I have a trinket I can use whenever.
Metamorphosis.
I feel like my healing's not worth as much as it used to be. It was going so well earlier. Is there a healer tier list for solo shuffles? If there is one, I haven't seen it. I'm sure there must be, though. I wonder if it would have the same... I wonder if playing a meta healer would also result in it taking longer to put you into a game, or if any healer pretty much can just get instant queues. Okay. I think so far I've won no rounds. If I want to get any progress in this one, I would need to win the remaining 3.
The hunt.
Okay.
Power infusion. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis.
The hunters, the warriors just kind of wailing on the priest. I think I can get away with CCing. Here, let's top up my shaman friend a few times because I've lost them before. They've got a defensive rolling presently. Alright. We won one. Warriors eating all the food lately. What's your anxiety like after doing solo shuffles? Quit PvP because of anxiety. I'd love to tell you that I'm just a real zen individual that's put all my anxiety behind me in arena. And that's partly true. I definitely don't get as anxious as I used to, but sometimes I will still kind of get in my head about it a bit. And if I start to just feel really bad, I just turn the whole thing off and I walk away and do something else for a bit. Or for the day. I understand. The thing that's helped me is just exposure, just doing more of it. And then also, if my anxiety is specifically relating to not wanting to be flamed, then I'll just tab my chat over to my combat log for a bit. But, whoa. It's, oh, it's an enhancement shaman. Oh, I'm being ambushed.
Power infusion.
That'll work. Yeah, and you can ignore people as well. I just try to remind myself that we're all doing our best. And that if something's going poorly, I can try and figure out what it is that I don't like and if there's anything I can do differently about it. And then sometimes you just gotta keep playing. My goal is pretty tame. I just want the Sabertooth. I'm not worried about pushing rating. So I don't take losses too hard because I'm not really worried about losing rating. If I got close to 1k, I might be concerned about it, but it seems like I'd have to lose pretty aggressively for that. Do they want me? They might.
Metamorphosis. metamorphosis. The hunt.
So this time I'm using my cooldowns a little bit better. I think that there's also some luck involved in it, but I'm not getting hurt quite as badly. That's a Counter-Strike totem. I say moments before I just get obliterated. There we go. And we won 3. That'll do. We just got to make it through the last one. Having a cat also helps out. Best anti-anxiety pet. No hair yet. Man, every day I keep looking at it going, where is it? And then I just keep losing it. Climbing rating would be a bit satisfying because it would imply improvement, but it also makes your games a lot harder and longer. And I kind of like these games where everybody just kind of uses everything and then somebody randomly dies because they go faster, which is good for just farming them out. I think maybe next season, if I'm still enjoying it, I might try to start earlier and see if I could work my way towards 1800 solo shuffle. My demon hunter is purple. They're right there. I gave them a very early bark, and I'm hoping that I can stand by that choice. Oh, they hexed the hunter. The one time in my life I'm actually ready to shift to hex. Oh no, I've done the friend move. I hope they can just cleave them inside of the bubble. I've vortexed them in there, so they're not leaving.
Infusion.
Can you get a power infusion up? Oh, got the hunter again. All right. That's fine. I guess they're just assuming that I'm such a good player that I will shift it, which is a bold assumption to make. Shifting CCs has always been a real weak spot for me as a druid. I've done it before, but often would be a stretch.
Thanks.
I was not gonna make it. Oh, I should have barked them years ago. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It might be fine. It may or may not be fine. Why are they still taking so much damage? Oh, okay, now they're okay. Oh, holy moly. Macaroni and cheese. All right. There we go. Hey! We got Marks of Honor, 2 boxes that could also contain Marks of Honor, 1,000 honor, a couple honor conquest, and a win. Oh. Healer diff. What does diff mean? What does healer diff mean? At this point, I think you should actually bark when you bark. What, throw a bark skin on and just go woof. I think that shamans should bark when they ghost wolf. Zero reading, the shuffle experience. Oh, I suppose so. I guess also not being too inclined to climb rating is helping me because I'm excited anytime I get vicious map progress for up to 29, which puts me ahead of schedule. I'm happy with that. Oh, I've got another 2,000 honors. I could buy another box of Marks of Honor, and then I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go find some place to spend some of them. Oh, I see. Wouldn't the healers always be the difference between winning and losing? Because they're the only ones that are always on the opposite team. I can't imagine any other thing it could possibly be. Maybe that's why I like it, is because I feel like I have a lot of agency. All right, so we're going to buy that. PvP is hard. Let's go shopping. I wanted to save these because apparently if you use these Medals of Honor in a specific zone, it counts towards the earning honor in World PvP in those zones as long as you're in War mode. And then that could be useful if I wanted to go for the Malicious title, which I don't know if I want to, but I guess I should use that in Season 1. Maybe I should just fly into like the Azure Span or something. Where do I want to go shopping? I want to buy this set. That's Cataclysm gear, which means it must be in not Orgrimmar, Stormwind, right? If one DPS one-shot someone every game, they are the diff? Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose that could be the case. I didn't think of that. I want to go to Stormwind and I want to go poke around and see what I can buy for Transmog. Marks of Honor are account-wide, so you could totally send them. I could send them to like my Evoker, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of old Evoker sets for me to buy because Evokers just haven't been around that long. And I feel like my Druid, as the character that does all the PvP, she kind of deserves to like have the whole arsenal of PvP mods. 20% cheaper if you go to Orgrimmar. Good DPS goes 6-0, especially rogues. Yeah, I guess I don't usually look at the rankings to see who went what and what at the end of them. I haven't done that in a bit. Maybe it would make me feel better. Oh, you didn't lose that round because you were worse. You lost it because you had so-and-so on your team. I don't know. All right, so this is just the Vicious Mount vendor. I'm pretty sure, but just confirming, I do know all of these. I never ride them. Why is that? It's because I don't... The only time I would ride a Vicious Mount is going into the arena. It's when I see them the most, and I'm a druid. I stealth into the arena. But we have all manner of goodies there. We're just trying to get the new one. This one was fun. You are also... Oh, a War Mount Quartermaster, which is different. I know all of those. Yeah, of course I do. All right. Hello. What do you sell? Legacy stuff. Classes, Druid. Not collected. I wonder why Can I Mog it's not showing me stuff for that. So I could spend bits and pieces on stuff like this. Is that the Night Dragon set? It's kind of neat. A little roguelike. Obsessed Knitter, thank you for the 3-month resub. Such a cozy time watching. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Always blame yourself. As a druid main, I don't know why I collect mounts. I just think they're neat. Oh, man. So then there's some weapons, which I think I thought I had. This thing can no longer be purchased unless you have the required title. Oh. Well, really? They wouldn't just let me buy it? No, they'll just let me buy it. Did I learn the appearance? I can equip it. I didn't get anything saying that I've learned the appearance. I think I might have just wasted a couple marks of honor. That's a bit strange. Do I have Can I Mog it on this character? I thought I did. Can I Mog it? Yeah, it's turned on. Did my cross stitch progress? No, I haven't cross stitched at all. It's awful. Ooh, okay. Now here are some things that we can get. So we get, because I know I'm missing part of this set. That waist belt has a skull on it. Cataclysmic Gladiator. Cataclysmic Gladiator. But I have Cataclysmic Gladiator. I want Bloodthirsty Gladiator. Corrupted Aspirant. Honor rewards. Sir Snips. I'm not honor level 400. Oh. Maybe that's what Solo Shuffle is getting me towards, is I need the honor levels for the crab. Bloodthirsty Gladiator. Is that what I said I needed? I think that's what I said I needed. Okay, so can I just buy the set? Is there like an ensemble here? Because I think I'm missing most of it. No, you're gonna make me buy individual pieces, aren't you? Oh no, I could, okay, so I could spend 12. And that would give me the whole Bloodthirsty Gladiator's dragon hide. I need Bloodthirsty Gladiator. So I have 3 pieces. I have robes, spalders, and helmet, because I would have bought the so-called visible pieces. So does it cost me less than 12? Robes, 3, 3, 2, 6, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for gloves and pants. 6, 7 for, oh wait, 6 for belt. This is the worst way to do math. 8 for foot guards, 9 for bracers. Is that all the pieces that I'm missing? I would need 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's cheaper for me to buy the pieces individually. I need pants, boots, belt, gloves, and bracers. pants, boots, belt, gloves, bracers, and I need it to come out to less than 12. So gloves are 2, pants are 3, which makes 5. Boots are another 2, makes 7, 8, 9, belt and bracers. Yeah, it's cheaper. So here, well, and I think it doesn't matter what stats we buy. I think it's going to be the same appearances. And then, so pants, boots, belt. Oh, I hope I'm not buying the wrong ones. Bracers. I might be buying the wrong ones. Gloves? Gloves. Have I completed the appearance set? No, I still need a belt and some boots. Is it the same stuff? Just Kodo hide versus... I thought Kodo hide versus... No, Kodo hide is... Worm hide is... I'm so confused. Maybe there's multiple recolors available here. Not wrong enough to check. Yeah, I think that I might have a bit of an episode if I try and check. That's okay. There's always more marks of honor. How many belts can there be? Oh dear. Belt of... Are they... They are different appearances. Okay, waistband, bloodthirsty gladiators. Bloodthirsty gladiators. Okay, so at least I am getting different appearances. That's all that I really care about, is that they're different. So I am working on multiple sets, which is why it's more expensive. Now, there's nothing to say that I shouldn't have bought the other set as an ensemble, but at this point, I'm in too deep to go back, so I'm just buying everything on the vendor, and everything's going to be just fine. We have everything available for Druid. So if I look at the set, I did finish it. I could wear it if I wanted to, although I like my outfit right now. We're still 2 of 8 of the Vicious set, because I think that might be, like, not available anymore. The other set that I bought, I could not tell you anything about. Friend of mine hasn't played Modern WoW in years, just got Dragonflight. Give it to somebody who hasn't played in, like, 12 years. I think Uja's advice is really good. Just do what feels fun, do what seems enjoyable, and don't worry too much about trying to do everything, because there is a lot involved. I think there's so much fun to be had just by leveling something, and wait, I don't want to get a refund. I'm gonna go back into Solo Shuffle. That was easier than trying to figure out Mog to buy. Yeah, I've been doing Solo Shuffle. I am 29% of my way towards my Vicious Sabertooth mount. It's not going to happen in a day, but it is going to happen before the end of the season. Hard to understand what to do, what's available without going to websites. I think even going to websites doesn't necessarily help. There's just so many things to do. I think the Adventure Journal is not useless. You've got suggested content, and you've got, and it'll give you some ideas. Did my queue pop? I thought my queue popped. No, I'm still in queue. These are the talents that I'm using. I just got them off the internet. It was either Wowhead or Icy Veins or a combination of both. This is just kind of a generically prescribed Resto Druid arena build. It's got a Verdant Infusion. It really hasn't changed all that much from Shadowlands. I've still got Adaptive Swarm. I've still got Verdant Infusion. The biggest difference is I've got this photosynthesis and life and undergrowth, so I can life bloom 2 people. Whenever it's on me, all of my heals are healing 20% faster, and when it's on an ally, other HOTS have a chance to make it bloom for some extra healing. So basically just having one life bloom on me, and then another one, or ideally a stack of 3, because I'm also spec'd into focused growth on whoever the main damage target is. It makes me vulnerable to people target swapping, because if I've spent a bunch of time putting 3 stacks of focused growth in one person, and then all of a sudden they switch it takes quite a while to move the full brunt. Even with tools like Overgrowth, it takes a while to move the full force of your healing between players. But it means that I can do a fair amount of healing pretty efficiently without needing to hard cast very much, which is nice when you're afraid that people might kick you. I'm very curious if I get a weapon out of any of these slots. Also, if I can crack 1400, it'll be a better item level, a better base item level, but it doesn't matter for PvP. The PvP scaling level will always be the same. Got nothing to do. Figured I should go for the mount, but it was horrible. I mean, you can do it. I believe you can do it. I'm doing my best. I'm happy to be getting happy to be getting conquest pieces. I'd like to get this entire set this season, and that seems reasonable, just buying for conquest plus filling out with pieces from the vault. Now that I've finished buying this set with what seemed like far too many tokens, which other PvP sets do I not have that I want to spend Marks of Honor on? I've got 37 presently. Pro tip for new solo players, disable chat. I want these pieces because that's a nice set. I'd like to have the entire thing. I'm missing 3 of them. Merciless veteran stuff. Season 2. I wonder if those are the things. Veterans Dragonhide. I wonder if those were in there. They might have been. There we go. All right. What do we got? This arena, this map is tricky for me. Okay, so here's a hunter. This one is Marks. The other one is Survival. 2 hunters. Neither of them BM. Presumably a Destro lock. No, it's a Demo lock. Demonology lock. And then you've got an Unholy DK and a Resto Shaman. This is kind of fun. Season 2's on the Shatrath vendor? Okay. I think... Oh, I hope you enjoy your burrito. I've been having a lot of soup. I bought a couple of different varieties of vegetarian canned soup just to have some easy meals while I was feeling a bit under the weather and to compare them. And it turns out they're all soup. More news at 11. All soup is soup. I'm very rarely excited by soup. The best it can really do with me is, well, that was food, I suppose. So my hunter is the circle. My warlock is the square. My warlock is way back on this corner. All right. My hunter is quite a bit up there. They've CC'd there. They've opened on the shaman there. There's a bunch of pets over there.
Ascendance.
I'm gonna get kicked. Oh, I'm not gonna get kicked.
Thanks.
That's a bit of a wasted trank, but it did prevent me from getting trapped. So it was kind of a trank or trinket sort of situation. And now I still have my trinket. They have CC'd the hunter. I can't quite pick out who they're on. I think I can get away with them cloning the shaman or just CCing the shaman. I don't know if this is the best moment for it, but I am going for it. That's a trinket, at least. And I'm going to try and keep just like a fragment of an eye on the shaman's positioning and cast bar. So I have a chance.
Ascendance.
Oh, that's nice. A chance
Thanks.
at... catching hexes early. Spear link. Nope. Make sure you've got the right target before you start cranking heals into air. No, it doesn't matter. Too late. I am guilty of that quite often. I will take too much time to get into tree form. I think I'm not recognizing some offensives. PvP gear has tier as well, yeah. So if you buy conquest pieces or you get them out of the vault, you can catalyze them into tier and they'll retain their PvP upgrade path. So I could take these tier pieces and I could put honor into them to upgrade them because they started as conquest pieces. But I don't actually need to do that for the sake of PvP. That would be just if I wanted to take them into raid. They'll be 424 in PvP no matter what. You can also get that same sort of thing from the vault directly. You can have it be as a already tier piece. Okay. That's a lot of, You know what? Let's not make the same mistake twice. I'm not going to lose with Tree Form on cooldown. I mean, I technically did use it last time, but...
Thanks.
So the shamans used a defensive. I've got a grounding up.
Thanks.
I don't want to lose my entire mind while trying to get this clone. Well, that's Turtle. Can I clone Turtle? No, it's going to be too far. It's almost over, though. Get him! Yeah! Good job. I do like the human heritage set. Can no longer have canned soup because of the huge amount of sodium. That's fair. Resto Shaman is S tier according to skill cap. Do you feel the same? They seem great. Wonderful people. Lovely to have at dinner parties. I don't know. The healer that so far I'm the most afraid of at my own personal 1200 solo shuffle rating is Mistweaver Monks because they do more damage than me and it makes me feel bad. I'm sure... I don't know to what extent the rankings matter at this rating. I think that if I was a better druid, I could outplay any healer at 1200. Doesn't mean that I am a better druid, but, you know, I can dream big.
Thanks.
Let's just kind of use a bunch of cooldowns early. See if I can get a clone on Ascendance. They've chosen not to trinket that. I probably can't get a re. Oh, I can get a re. And then I can stun them, and that's basically their Ascendance gone. I have a trinket available if needed. We're kind of okay, though. Are we? No, we're not. Okay. Nope. Not okay. That's a good moment for a trinket, though.
Thanks.
Well, the hunter's running out of the spirit links. That's good news for me. I'm stunned for a second. Alright, that'll do. Ran TTV, thank you for the 23-month resub. Most people do more damage than you. Yeah, I guess so. I think, I don't know. I guess I should check and see if the rest of shamans are doing more DPS than me. I think I'm spending most of my brain power trying to work on my healing, followed by my CC, followed by my positioning. I don't know if that's the right order, but if I feel like I've got those things down, then I'll probably start trying to do more damage. But I think that as an Ardruid, I'm better off spending some time trying to get Cyclones than I am trying to... I guess maybe there is good cat damage, but I've never been much of a DPS-y healer in Arena. Yes? What is it? Maybe that's my it's almost noon alarm. Possible for me to have a bad hair day now? I don't think so. You could argue that if the beholder didn't like the extremely short hair, then every day is a bad hair day. But I like it, so as far as I'm concerned, I was reflecting on this morning while I was in bed, not getting up. Oh dear. That's a great deal of damage. I'm kind of shocked nobody's died yet. Maybe I should be putting out some symbolic, At some point I've turned on... Symbolic manfires. At some point I've turned on minion nameplates, and I need to get rid of those again.
Ascendance.
No. We tried. Am I familiar with D&D beholders? I'm not. I'm familiar with WoW beholders. Alright, I can fix this. Interface. Names. Enemy units. Not minions and minor. They should be turned off. That's very weird. Alright, we've got 2 rounds left. It would be great if we could win at least one of them. It'd be great if we could win both of them, but we'll just kind of do our best here.
Tyrant.
Yeah, that'll work. Sometimes they don't press turtle. Whoa, they said. Happens to the best of us. Alright, can we win the last one? Love the old school mug. Yeah, thank you. I switched all my animal forms back to like basic ones. And I'm feeling quite pleased. I'm a bit nostalgic. I've got a double hunter team. Whoa, he's really far. All right. I can heal him from here, more or less.
Tyrant.
Here comes Tyrant. We're just gonna wander on in here. Nope. Oh dear. So yeah, that one hunter didn't win any of their rounds. The healers each won 3. And then damage done. You're right, I am bottom of the damage done meters at 175. Every now and then I thrash, and it's because I'm trying to build up enough rage to hit Iron Bark, or Bark's Iron Skin? Iron Fur, that's the one. Tree form looks dopey. Minion nameplate reminder. Well, I tried to do it at the beginning of that round, and it looked like they were off to me. I had enemy players on, or I had nameplates on for enemy unit nameplate, but I had minions and miners turned off. I don't know why they were displaying. Usually fixing it here is enough to do that. All right, well, let's see here. I made it all the way to 31%, which I'm quite pleased with. My rating is just about where it was when I started, which is fine by me. On Tuesday, or I guess Wednesday when I stream, I'll have a lovely vault to look in to see if I can get myself a conquest weapon, and then failing that, I have 1,487 conquests to spend, so I don't think that would get me a staff, but I could get some armor with it, and yeah, I'm quite pleased. I think that was fun. I didn't expect to spend that. I was just going to solo shuffle for like 1 or 2 wins just to kind of get a bit of progress in for the day, but I'm happy with that. Macro as far since you switched? No, it felt a lot better. And what's annoying to me is I swear to you that I had tried this already and that I didn't have the same result, but who knows what's going on up here. So I'm just glad that it's working now. I am gonna leave for today, and I'm done for the week. I'll be back on Wednesday with the first stream of the Hazel week. thank you very much for joining me this weekend. I hope you had a nice time. Appreciate the company and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.